When I was in college and I was asked to go to my first Bible study, we read the story of the woman at the well, and Jesus says, "Go and sin no more." And my heart immediately said, wow, that's how I should live. And a half hour after the Bible study was done, the rest of the guys said, "Hey, you want to go to the bar?" And I watched the next hour of these guys that were bringing me to Christ get drunk, try to pick up girls, go home, and have an affair that would not make God happy. I was very confused at that time. For the first 9 years of my marriage, my wife and I attended the church, and it was the same hypocrisy. Not only was it the same hypocrisy, but I was part of it. I became a youth leader. I was a youth leader for 10 years. I was a Sunday school teacher for 5 years. I was a deacon in the church and a head deacon and a big Duracell battery. And I kept saying to myself, one day I'm going to get it. If I do the right things, one day I'll get it. And in this church, at Remnant Fellowship, I get it. I get to live it, I get to pray it, and I get to read it. And when my wife first approached me about if I wanted to attend a remnant function, a remnant gathering, the question I had was, why? All churches are the same. They're not different. And she looked at me and she said, "Don't you want to worship with men who no longer lust, who no longer have greed in their heart, who no longer are deceitful, who no longer want to take a back seat to their wives and lead by example?" And I said, "You show me men like that, and I will worship with them for the rest of my life." And I have that opportunity today. I have hundreds of men that are that way and have been taught that that is truly the way to live, that how God has called us to live righteous and holy. My kids have friends that I am glad that they want to hang out with those kids. In the 10 years that I did youth ministry, I could think of maybe 5 that I would want to actually babysit my kids. I could think of over 500 in Remnant Fellowship that I would want to babysit my kids. That I trust my children with any man or woman or child in Remnant. These people love one another and selfishly go out of their way to prove that Christ's Spirit dwells within them. That is what Remnant Fellowship is all about.